Good afternoon, everybody. This is Joyce from BoQ Creations, and I'm so excited to be here today on Elizabeth Craft Designs. I've got some new holiday decor items to show you with the new flower release. I'm so excited to be able to use the florals for the new release. Really excited. I hope you guys, please forgive me for being a little bit late, but I had some camera equipment issues, so we decided to go back to the old-fashioned way so that we could get on with you guys today. So thank you so much for joining us today here on Elizabeth Craft Designs. Thank you so much for having us. We are very excited to be here. So I am trying to get my iPad to bring up our comments. If I could maybe get my trusty assistant here to figure out why that is not. You just got to keep hitting not now until it decides. Hello, everybody. Vicky is here. Robin is here. Marjolin is here. Marag. Hello, Marag. How are you? Corbin, good evening. A lot of names. I'm assuming you guys are joining us from the Netherlands. So I am so excited for all of you to be here today so that we can see what everybody's up to. So forgive us, we had some issues with our technology. You know, it's great when it works, but when it doesn't. Hi, Sylvia, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Yay, we're online. Thank you, Heather, I appreciate it. What would I do without my tech people? Hi, Cora, Julene is here. Hello, hello. Where's everybody from, by the way? I'm seeing a lot of, well, hello, Lois and Ase Jacobson, good evening from Norway. Wow. Susan Blackburn from the UK and Sweden. Oh my gosh, we are international today. It's so excited. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing and I can still see your comments. So again, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to show you how to do a cute little tissue box. So let me turn the camera around so that you guys can see. Oh, from South Dakota. Well, hello, South Dakota. All right, I'm going to flip my camera around so that you guys can see. And hopefully, there we go. We can get it. Again, I told you, I have this like really high-tech computer software. And when it works, it's great. But when it doesn't, you know, it doesn't work. So there we go. Robin is here from Melbourne, Florida. Florida's in the house. Tulsa's in the house from Little Bird Crafts. Hello, hello, Texas. Belinda's here. All right. So welcome, welcome. Now, of course, when I see Elizabeth Craft Design flowers, I have to put them on something. Tennessee is here. Diana Noggle is here. Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Dutch, she said Dutchy here. Karen Kirkman from California. Joe Cleglin from Wisconsin. Jane Powell from Montreal. Hi, Jane. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing so many of our friends here. How exciting. Okay, so here we go. These are, let me first show you what these are. These are little tissue boxes, and they hold 25 little tissues. And I bought them not just because they held 25 little tissues, but because they were so cute. And I thought, oh my gosh, how adorable would that be to give to somebody in a stocking or to put it in your car for the holiday, you know, just all kinds of different uses for these. And I made them for, we had an event on Saturday for World Card Making Day. And we made the fall ones, of course, using Elizabeth Craft Designs dies here. We've got our leaves and our, this one I believe was the, it was the wreath die from the fall and owl wreath. This little piece right here and these little leaves. So we had that great one. Hello from Alberta, Canada. Wow. You've never seen those little tissue boxes in the Netherlands. Well, apparently they only have them in Florida because everybody was looking for them when we did them and we couldn't, you know, I don't know what to tell them to get. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I dress these up using the Elizabeth Craft Designs florals. So we did the fall ones with the sunflowers and the leaves. So this one was the fall one we did. from Jacksonville. We'll be in Banff in 24 hours. Wow, so exciting. Linda, it's good to see you too. And Anita, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so today I thought, first of all, let me show you what I'm using today. So I got this Holly Jolly Christmas paper in and just could not wait to dig my hands into this. So this is the Holly Jolly Christmas paper, of course, from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And it has some beautiful patterns in it that I just could not wait to sink my teeth into. Look at that. Look at these beautiful Christmas patterns. I am so excited. Well, what I'm going to show you today with the tissue box, you can do with any size tissue box. So don't worry if it's just the small box, because I'm going to show you the measurements and how to do it. So you can do it with any tissue box size. You just have to measure it. So we've got the Holly Jolly Christmas paper. That's what we're going to use. And I chose the plaid color today. I used the striped one on this one, but I'm going to choose the plaid one and do the green one for you today in this pattern. So really adorable patterns in the Holly Jolly Christmas. So I did use that paper. Hi, Verna. How are you? Now, I want to show you this poinsettia die, Florals 24. The reason I love this one so much is because not only do they give us the holly leaves, they give us the little berries, but Elizabeth Craft Designs also gave us this beautiful filigree looking one. And I did, of course, I have it in my cutouts over here. Isn't that gorgeous? So that filigree is also something that I chose to use in the background back here. So we're going to be using that as well today. So that's from Florals number 24. And then this greenery set. Oh my goodness, you guys. When I saw this is new for ECD, and I absolutely fell in love. And this is the Florals greenery number 1. But do you see these little flowers right here? They gave us stamps to do the centers. Oh my gosh, I love that. And that is CS330. It's called Flower Centers. So there's that. I also used the floral greenery on here. You can see that I've got some flowers stamped. We've got some greenery here in the background that we made little berries on. Absolutely adorable. Don't worry, I'm going to show you all of this. And then last but not least, I used the stamp. The reason I got this stamp, it has autumn, it has Thanksgiving, it has Christmas, it has season's greetings, everything that you can want for the holiday right here. See? Season's greetings. I made a little flag. I love the size of that. It makes it perfectly, makes a beautiful banner. It's not too big, so it worked perfectly on this box. Thank you, Astrid. I appreciate it. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get started so that we don't go over time, because I don't want to keep you all day, even though I could craft with you guys all day long. Yes, I agree, Stella. This collection is absolutely very long awaited. I have been asking, when are we going to get our flowers in? When are we going to get our flowers in? So I'm so excited to have them in. So this is the box that I started with. And the first thing that I did was I measured the box. So that was so important. So if you're making this for the first time, you can use any size box. Okay, just measure your box. This one happened to be 3 inches by 3 inches. So that's going to determine how big you make your paper. Okay, so 3 inches by 3 inches. That's how big my box is. So the first thing I did, let me get all my pieces out here. I'm going to show you everything that you need and the sizes. So please feel free to take a screenshot or write this down. It is completely up to you. The first thing I needed was a 6.5 by 3 inch, and you'll see why in just a moment, why I needed 6.5 inches, because this is going to cover 2 sides in one strip. Okay, so I made it a 1/2 inch bigger than it needed to be, because if this is 3 inches And this is 3 inches. You can do 2 pieces at once, and you'll see that in a minute. Then I needed one for the top. That is 4 by 4, so it's an inch bigger than what you need. And then of course my designer paper right here needs to be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and you need 5 of them. Okay, so I'll keep these here for just a moment so I can show you. And of course, I would not do anything without my Elizabeth Craft Design cardstock and all of my cutouts. So there we go. So let's get started. I'm going to bring my scoreboard in, and I'm going to start with my sides. Okay, so 6.5 by 3. The reason you want it 6.5 by 3 is because you're going to take one piece and you are going to score it at 1/2 inch right here, 1/2 inch on the 6.5 inch side. And then I'm going to come down, and because I scored it 1/2 inch, I need to score it 3.5, not 3. Okay, so there we go. We got 3.5, and then we've got our 1/2 inch and 3.5. We need to do that to both pieces, because this is what's going to make the perimeter of the box. All right, so we're going to score both of those pieces at 1/2 inch and 3.5 inches. Hello, Joseph, how are you? So you need that. That's for that. And then this bigger piece right here, you're going to need 4 by 4. You need one piece because this is going to be your top, and you're going to score it 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. So here we go, 1/2 inch. So you're going to score 1/2 inch, turn it around, do another 1/2 inch, turn it again, another 1/2 inch, and then finally the last piece at 1/2 inch. Now this makes this inner square right here 3 inches. So that's why you have to make it a bigger, bigger than 1 inch bigger than the top of the box. So if your top of your box is 6 inches, then you're going to make this piece 7 by 7. So it just depends on what size box you are using for your tissues. But then we've got that, okay? And now I cut my designer series paper, my Elizabeth Craft Design Holly Jolly, at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So let's take out our scoreboard. Now, of course, I wouldn't imagine, hi Dina, how are you? I would not imagine doing anything without my Elizabeth Craft Design double-sided adhesive, because the stuff is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to take my top piece, and I'm going to go ahead and put my double-sided tape all the way around. Real quickly, I just want to show you guys how this box goes together, and then we're going to decorate the sides of it. There we go. Put our adhesive on it. And then you're going to do your corners just to help reduce some of the bulk on your top. Now this part is really, really important. Okay, very important. You're going to take one of your 2 3/4 inch squares. Mine has a little bit of schmutz on it. And I'm going to use my double-sided tape right here. Here we go. And I'm going to put it all the way around this piece, so that way I can go ahead and glue it down to my top. The reason this is important is because we're going to take a die and cut the center out for our tissues to come out of the top of the box, because we don't want to secure the top of the box and not have a place for the tissues to come out. That would not be fun. So I'm going to take and put this, of course you could distress this if you want to. You can do anything you want. But I'm just going to put it on. I think the paper is absolutely gorgeous and should speak for itself. I just have a really cute die. You could use an oval, you could use a circle, whatever you'd like. And I'm just going to put this right here. All right, I'm going to get a small little piece because we don't need one that big. This is just our die tape that we have, and it doesn't mess up your paper. may I give this to my trusty assistant to die cut for me while we put the sides together? So on this 1/2-inch piece right here, I'm just gonna be, I'm gonna work harder, smarter, not harder. And I'm just gonna put my Elizabeth Craft Design tape all the way down and then just cut this in half. There we go. Thank you so much, my dear. So now you see that we have a beautiful hole for our tissues to come out. So, and then of course you could use this for something else if you want to. All right, so here's how the box goes together. Very simple, you guys, not difficult to do. It's gonna cut the little bit of bulk right off the top here to make these two pieces go together. You're gonna be so excited about how easy this box is to put together. Yes, Diana, that is Heather. Don't worry, we will be on tonight at 7, you guys, for my crew, and Heather will be with us, so you can join us if you'd like. So you see I just took off that piece of tape and I adhered this together. So now I have 3-inch squares all the way down, and then this piece from Portugal. Wow, Paula Hobby Crafts. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my bone folder and I'm just gonna burnish all of these folds here because we want it to go all the way around the box so that you don't have any problems here. Okay, and now watch how simple this is. I'm going to remove my double-sided release and watch. I'm just gonna close that right in on top of that, and ta-da! You have a box. All right, so here's our top. We're just gonna go around on our folds as well. And then we get to the fun part, which is decorating it with all of those beautiful florals. And I already have those cut out for you guys, so that's not gonna be a problem. Just taking my bone folder and reinforcing all of that. And here we go. I'm gonna remove one side. I'm gonna show you how easy this is. So I'm gonna close and flatten my box, just like this. And it doesn't matter where I start. I can start on this side or the other side, it matters not. And I'm gonna just put that in right up to the edge. Oops, I didn't quite go right through the corner there. That's kind of important. Make sure I did it on this side too. There we go. So I'm just going to put my piece right in there, and I'm gonna take it all the way to the corner, right along the score line. And then I'm just gonna do that. And so far we've got one side of the box, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing all the way around. Here we go. Of course, I'm gonna open this, tuck this under, and now my box is starting to come to life. See that? Okay, so we have that. We're just gonna burnish this down on the inside with our bone folder. Take this off. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do this side while we're working on it. Of course, all of these things, the paper, the dies, available at elizabethcraftdesigns.com. Great new floral release. Look at that. And now my little tissue box is done. I choose not to put a bottom on this simply because I want to be able to pull it off if I run out of tissues. See? So now if I run out of tissues, I can just open this and pull my tissues right out of the top of that box. And when it's empty, guess what? I can just take my box out, or if we change seasons and I still have my box left, I can slide another one down on top of it. So I love that ability. Now, I'm not gonna go through putting all of these on. I don't think you guys need to be bored with that. But I will give it to my trusty assistant for her to put all of them on. So I'm going to work on this piece while she puts on these pieces for us, okay? Thank you, Miss Heather. All right. So here's the measurements should you guys need them, okay? This is for the 3x3 box. Now let's get out all of our die cuts. Okay, so I used, of course, the Elizabeth Craft Design soft finish cardstock. No doubt whatsoever. Whenever I create flowers, I absolutely use the soft finish cardstock. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So here I have my soft finish cardstock. I have my branches cut out of the florals. I'm sorry, the Floral Greenery number 2088. I also have my poinsettias cut out from the florals. Which one is that one? That one is Florals 24, number 2084. And then I'm going to go ahead and start decorating some of these. I didn't use this one on the other box. I used the holly. But we're going to try a little bit something different today. How about that? I thought that might be fun to do a different one in a different color. This is the one that I did in red. So that one's kind of fun. Let me lower it a little bit. So that one was kind of fun. And I'm just going to bring a sheet of white paper in here because I like to distress everything on my white paper. Now, I'm going to show you how I created this little berry looking branch here. Hi, Angelica. How are you? So this is what it looked like when I cut it out in craft paper. If I can get them apart. Look at that. They're stuck. They don't want to come apart. Okay, so I started with craft paper, but you absolutely can use white and then just distress them with some brown ink. I used just some distress ink. This is the Vintage Photo. And you can just pounce these branches if you want to use just white. I love the fact that when I use just white paper, I can kind of make them whatever color I want to. There we go. So that gives me the ability to change it to whatever color I want, or I can take and distress this branch here. Kind of give it some, what do we call it? Some zhuzh. Thank you, Heather. I love it. So you can do it either way. You can use the cardstock or you can cut it out in craft. It doesn't matter. Heather, would you hand me the markers, please? Okay. So I'm going to take, how I created this one is I'm going to take a red marker and I'm just going to color in all of these berries that are red. Now, of course, do you have to make it as extravagant as I'm doing? No, you don't have to. But I thought, you know what? I want to use all of those beautiful florals on my creation here. So I just went for it. I cut them all out and decided that that's how I was going to do it. It'll be bread and water for the rest of the year. I understand that. Eating some ramen noodles, right? So I just colored all of the little berries in with my red marker. And then I took some glossy accents, or you can use the Nouveau Glaze. It doesn't matter. I probably put everything back in my box. My glossy accents. What would I do without my trusty assistant? Thank you, Heather. She's my super assistant. Okay, now my pen has decided it doesn't want to work either. Isn't that fun? When everything just decides at once that it doesn't want to work. It never fails, right? When you're on live and you're trying to do something. So I just took and popped this glossy accents like this right on top of the berries, and I let them dry. So I'm not going to bore you with that today because I already have one made right there and it's nice and dry. So you can see how beautiful it is when it is done. There we go. So this one's already dry. I'm going to set this guy aside to dry, or you could just use it like this. You don't have to put the glossy accents on it if you don't want to. You can just use the branch like that. Gonna set that little guy aside. We're gonna close our ink here. And there's one of the florals that is already done. So this is definitely going to go on this piece. Now I want to get to the poinsettias. So I cut out, I think there's like, let me see how many there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets, 5 different sizes in the set. But for this small of a box, I'm just using these 3 small ones right here. So there are 2 larger ones, but I chose the 3 small to use because I feel like the box is kind of small. And if you use too big of a poinsettia, you're probably going to get too big of a, too big of a piece, too big of a flower. Okay. I am thinking I probably need these in green, but I'm good. We can use the white ones. Okay. So I tried to have all of these cut out, but I forgot about the green. It's okay. We got to have green. Did you know that poinsettias are not really flowers? Did you know that? They're actually leaves. So we need to make our leaves green. So I'm just taking some green ink here. And I need a set of green leaves for under our red. And I love this green because it's so vibrant, but it matches the paper collection really well. And of course I do both sides because once you shape them, if you see, you know, if the leaf is 3D, then you're going to see the white underside. So I always, always, always color the backside. You could do this with alcohol markers. You can do this with a pouncer. It doesn't matter. Love these dies. They have embossed lines on them down the center, which I'm going to highlight in just a second. So I just take and zhuzh up that leaf right there. I'm going to flip it over. Do the back side just so that I can make sure that we are all nice and covered if it shows. There we go. May I have the green marker, please? Thank you. Okay, let me see which one I want. That one's kind of dark. And that one's kind of darker. So I am just going to take and just run my marker down the center, right where those embossed lines are. Let me see, on this one it's showing up a little better, so I'm just gonna highlight that. I love to insert as much detail as I can because when people see this and they examine it up close, you're like, oh my gosh, that actually has lines in it. Well, of course it does, it's a leaf, right? Here we go. Add a little couple here, just, I'm gonna fake it because I can't see them. That's okay, we'll just add them on ourselves. There we go. Now, of course, you're gonna do this as easy as humanly possible to shape them, right? So watch this. These wonderful tweezers from Elizabeth Craft Designs has a crooked neck on them. Watch this. If you put your tweezers right along the edge of that line, that embossed line in the middle of the leaf, and you go like this and just twist it against your finger, automatic, easy peasy lemon squeezy, you've got shape to your leaves. See that? Nothing but a set of tweezers. Isn't this amazing? Okay, so right now I've got a bunch of definition in my leaves and I've barely done any work whatsoever. I'm just pinching this around my tweezers. So simple, easy to do, and quick. Look at that. How darling. Okay, so we've got our leaves. Now our red ones right here, I'm gonna do the same thing that I just did. And I'm gonna use a red ink, but I'm gonna distress the edges. Okay, so I'm gonna use at least 3 different sizes, and I'm just going to distress the edges here just to make them a little bit darker, because I can. Okay, and I'm going to grab one of these smaller ones, and I'm actually going to make the center of this one really dark, because usually the center of the poinsettias are a little bit darker, and I can just add a little bit of color on these if I want to. It doesn't matter. You're the artist. I just cut these out in red paper, but you certainly could do the Elizabeth Craft Designs in white. Watch this. Look at how beautiful that paper takes that color. Absolutely gorgeous. See? So you could just do that and flip it over, of course, on the Elizabeth Craft Design cardstock that doesn't want to flip over, and just do both sides. I want to make sure that we don't have any questions. I have Miss Heather over here monitoring for us. Have we had any questions, Heather? Just want to make sure.
A couple comments about the handy tool you're using, and
oh, my dauber, my paper pouncers. Yes, I love these. It makes it a lot easier than markers, because I used to color everything with my alcohol markers. So again, I'm just going to take and pinch these leaves right around my tweezers just to give them some definition. All the ones that I'm going to use. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one big one and multiple layers in this one on the center of our box, because we're going to have a lot of greenery and such. So let me get my leaves here, all the ones that I'm going to use. We've got our little ones. Let me get this one and this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's do one more little one. Okay, here we go. Here's our panel. Let me move these out of the way so we can start getting the gluing. Okay, so let me grab my.
they all liked your little tip on using the Elizabeth Craft Designs tweezers to create some definition into your flowers.
Oh, yes. It is so easy to make. That's what I love about these flowers now, is that they have made them so simple that anybody can use pretty much anything. I believe Els used a spoon the other day when she was making hers, like a teaspoon, a coffee teaspoon. And I was like, that is so cool. You know, it used to be people would spend so much time creating, you know, these flowers, and it would just take you forever. But even the pine cone that I made recently on our channel with the Elizabeth Craft Design came out so simple, and it didn't require a lot of work. I could just, you know, just run my ball stylus tool over it, and that was it. So I'm just using the curvature of these tweezers. Not only do they pick things up, but they also shape flowers really, really well. And they're pink. I hear now they've got blue. So I might have to get some of those because they're blue. I'm just pushing down the center of these onto a eraser. One of those big, you know, it says Boo Boo eraser or something, and it's like 5 times bigger than it really needs to be. Yes, you just do it with your tweezers, David. So easy. Some people, you can use your ball stylus if you have a tiny ball stylus, and you can kind of go down the center and curl them up as well. But I figure, you know, why do all of that when I can just use my tweezers? There we go. See? I just much prefer the look of the tweezers in my flowers, but you know, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to start with my green one. I am going to give it a little more love right down here in the center, because I want my leaves to stand up just a little bit better. Okay, there we go. And I can't find my glue ring. I can't find any of them. There's like a million of them floating around here somewhere, and I can't find any of them right now. So I might just have to put it on my mat and waste it. You know, that happens sometimes, but it's all right. Did you find one in there? Maybe in that little thing? It's okay. We'll just put some right here on my glass mat, and that should be sufficient. I'm using the Beacon Kids Choice glue. This is my favorite glue when I do flowers because it has instant grab. And normally I have a glue ring that I put on my finger and just dip it in there, but since I don't have it right now, it's okay. So I'm literally going to put a dab of glue, not even a lot, just a tiny little bit. And I'm going to glue offset in the center of my flower, just like that. And now I can start taking all of my poinsettia leaves and start layering them slightly offset from the green. See that? See how easy that is coming together? Look at that. How gorgeous is that? I mean, seriously, do you see that instant grab? Oh, I love it. So I'm just going to push down on the center of that one. And the more layers that you add, the more full your poinsettia looks. So don't feel bad if you add, 5 or 6 different layers. It's okay. There we go. I'm going to take my T90 little one right here. Push down the tummy. I'm going to rub the tummy. And this is going to go right in the center. And look how gorgeous that is. It really looks like a set of leaves. This one is not wanting to go offset. Why are you giving me a hard time? Probably because I layered them the exact same direction. Okay, so now I'm going to just slightly push down with my ball stylus, and I'm going to let this little guy sit for just a minute while I bring in my centers, okay? So let me get these two in here. I'm gonna take my little Elizabeth Craft Design scissors. I know they were in here. The little pink ones. There they are. I just can't see them. Okay. I love doing this with the tweezers. Take and cut these little edges here right in half, and it makes you look like you have more than you do. Just be careful not to cut them off. Just ever so gently with the very, very tippity top of the scissors. You don't want to cut them apart. We're not trying to cut it apart. We're just trying to make it look like more by cutting them right on the tip. And then I do both of them that way. To me, they kind of look like crab claws. I'm going to cut them from this direction so you guys can see better with that without a glare. See that? See how I'm just using the very tippity top of the scissors to cut them. How we doing, Heather?
Doing well.
Good. I'm seeing lots of chatter.
Yeah,
I love it.
it all up.
I love it. I hope you guys learned something today. If you don't, then why are we here, right? Okay, so I'm going to take my ball stylus again, and as I press down, all of those little cuts that I made will open up. Elle says we will try to schedule relaces better next year. It's just that we have so much fun stuff. I know, Els. I'm serious. Like, I need to just come live in your studio. I'm so loving this. Okay. So I'm actually going to glue both of these one on top of another because I want it to look very full. And again, I'm going to offset if I can, if it'll let me. They want to go right together, but I want to offset these. There we go. Turn it just a quarter of a turn. And don't worry, that glue is going to dry clear, so even if you can see it, it's okay. We're going to push this down in the center really hard, because I want that to pop up in the center. And as it dries, these little guys will kind of fold up towards the center of this flower, and it will look like you have so much stamen inside of the center there. Okay, so now the fun part comes. We're gonna start decorating this piece. So let's see, I have some green foil. I thought that might look cute. And I may change my mind 10 times before we get going, but you know, I can do that. Gonna grab one of our branches here that we just colored. Of course, we can cut these down if we want to. It's not a big deal. And I have this beautiful green branch here. So we're gonna get to that in just a second. Let me get these gorgeous little teensy little flowers out. Do y'all see these little flowers? Ordinarily, trying to do something with these would have been difficult, but guess what? They have stamps. They have released stamps, you guys. I'm so excited about this. This was the part that probably changed the game for me, at least, was having the stamps to be able to do the centers with. I thought, you know what? That is absolutely genius. Absolutely genius. And you can choose what centers you want for your stamps. I mean, for your flower centers. So you can have like a lined one. We haven't done that one yet. So I'm trying to not make it the exact same as the other one. So we're just going to do these a little bit different. And I think, I don't know, Heather, what do you think? Should we do brown or yellow? Because I see there's red. Maybe we can do a little red. But their poinsettia is red. So I think yellow. What do you think?
Yellow would be great.
Yellow? All right, we'll do yellow centers. Maybe like a Dijon color. Like a dark yellow. And so check this out, guys. Watch this. You're going to take your stamen and you're just going to stamp it right on to your flower. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at how gorgeous that is. And you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to color it with the markers. You didn't have to do anything except stamp that center. Look how amazing that is.
They all love it too. There's lots of hearts going.
Oh my gosh. And wait until you see the big one. Holy moly. Let me show you this bigger one. Watch. Doink. Doink. And how about that? Is that not cool? I love it.
Very cool.
I think that was a game changer for me, at least. So now all I have to do is get my little eraser thing here and my tweezers, because you know I have these long nails, so I always have to have some help picking up all these little pieces off of my mat. But that's okay. That's what I have my trusty tweezers here for. Here we go. Now, watch this. Because the Elizabeth Craft Design die cuts all the way towards the center and not just the outside, watch what happens when I rub the tummy of this little guy. When I push down. See what happens? The petals kind of come up. Let me do a bigger one and then you guys can see. See how the petals kind of come up on their own and start to overlap and shape all as if it was magic? Do you see that? See how it's kind of shaping all by itself just because that was already cut? That makes it so much easier. So much easier. And all you're doing is rubbing the tummy just like that. And look at those petals. They are already curling on top of one another. I love that. So I'm just rubbing their little tummies. Rub my ball stylus across it. There we go. And voila, they are already shaped.
Tickle their bellies.
Tickle their bellies. That's kind of cute.
They also love the sound effects that you do when you stamp the center of the flowers.
Oh, that's like, you have to do that.
That is a must do.
Yeah, you have to, because if you don't, then it just doesn't work. Like badang, badow. There we go. All right, so I have some little ones here. I'm not gonna double layer them just yet because I might need them for my piece over here. All right. Of course, the star of the show is our little poinsettia here. And I've got these branches. Of course, these branches are too big for this particular piece. So I'm just going to take my little scissors here and just cut off a couple of the branches. You do not have to, you know, you do not have to have them all in the same piece. I've got some of my berries here, so of course I'm gonna cut those off of here so I can use those. I'm just gonna cut a few off. You're not gonna see them because the poinsettia is gonna be on top of it anyway. And then same with this little guy. I'm thinking this one and this one, because this one might be a little bit too big. And of course, I need to shape this. This has to be shaped. So we're gonna take our tweezers. You know what? Maybe I'll use my ball stylus on this one instead of the tweezers. I'm just gonna go down the center. Look how beautifully those leaves curl up. Look at that. All done. All done. Look how cute that is. So then we can put that on our piece as well. Obviously this is too big, so snip, 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 snip. Now, I don't know what it's gonna look like if I shape this, but I suppose I can a little bit. It's gold foil paper, so it might not work as well. I don't think I'm gonna shape it. I think that's gonna get glued straight down. Or I can use my green holly. I don't know. I just kind of wing it, you know? Let me see how we're gonna do this. So I want my flower to kind of be the star of the show, but you see how that green is blending in with my green paper? So if I don't do something like put this beautiful branch, which happens to be on sticker paper, on our Elizabeth Craft Design sticker paper, so I can just stick it right down to my project. I think, yes. There we go. So I'm just gonna kind of put these little branches right back there, okay? Then I'm gonna take some berries, and I'm gonna dry fit, of course, first, because I wanna make sure that everything that I'm using on this looks right. I think I'm gonna kind of offset that one a little bit. There we go. And maybe one of our gold hollies underneath here. Sure, why not? Thank you very much. Maybe one of our gold green foil. I might not use that green foil. I'm not too secure on if that looks right or not. Sometimes if you put some gold behind it, it'll look better. But we don't know till we get on there and do it, right? The box is green, so I kind of hesitate to use the green foil, but just in case, I have some others that are already made, should I not like the way the foil comes out. Yeah, I'm not loving the green foil. Are you, Heather? I'm not loving it.
No, we thought it would be really cool.
Yeah, we thought it would be a cool, but sometimes you just don't know until you put it together. But that's okay. That's why we are the artists. And we can do anything that we want to do because we're the artists. There we go. So I think that's going to look amazing. Let's just test it here. Look at that. Now at this point, I usually do start gluing stuff down just because I get too much and I don't want it to start moving around. So I'm just going to take and glue some of these right down. Hey, you stay on there. Your sticker paper, you're supposed to stay. Okay, so I have that glue is going to dry clear, so no worries. Here we go.
Sue said you could just use the top like this and hang the tag from it, and it'll be a great Christmas package decoration.
Oh, sure. That's a great idea, Sue. Yeah, why not? I think I'm going to kind of do something like that. All right. There we go. And now I can go ahead and put my poinsettia on here. And I think I'm just gonna, let's see how this little guy looks. I think this green is kind of out of place for what we're doing. You know, I think I'm gonna stick to the brown tones. I think I get too much green in there and it will be overpowering to the paper. So let's just use our berries on this side. Why not? There we go. And now I can take the back of my poinsettia, put it in my glue, and stick that right down on there. Look how gorgeous that is. Now, here's the really cool part. With these little flowers like this, get a little bit more glue. With these little flowers being so stinking cute, I'm just gonna make sure those tickled tummies are staying because I don't want them to flatten out. I'm gonna curve them up just a little bit more. Watch how gorgeous this thing becomes with these cute little flowers on here.
Astrid said you're a great creator, Joyce.
Thank you, Astrid. I appreciate that. It's really easy when you've got product like this to work with. You know what I'm saying?
So true.
I mean, when you've got such a cute release to work with, I mean, it just makes it so much easier for you to, if you don't really like it there, which I don't, I'm going to kind of cluster that right there. No sweat because that glue dries clear, so we don't have to worry about it. And then I'm going to take these little flowers, but when you've got such great products to work with, it makes it very simple. It's kind of a no-brainer, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Put this little flower back here maybe. Yeah, maybe back here. I like that. Underneath my twig to give it some dimension. And then maybe I can take this bigger flower and just kind of right there. But I've got my season's greetings that I want to put. See, this is the hard part. You just really want to zhuzh it up. Okay. So I've got my little season's greeting stamp that I have on here, or I could use anything that's going to fit. These are gorgeous stamps. Happy Holidays might work really well right there. So let's use that. Why not? Do we have a scrap of white over there, Miss Heather, that we can borrow? Let me get a... black something. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp my holiday greetings. Oh, we don't have any black? Memento's fine. We'll use, actually I had it sitting here, I think. Here it is. All underneath my tray. Everything is underneath my tray. All right, here's my VersaFine. Happy Holidays. I'm just taking and stamping that on a piece of Elizabeth Craft Design cardstock on the back. Little did we know that there is texture on one side, but not texture on the other. So if you need to have a stamped image, you can certainly take and stamp it on the back. So I'm just going to cut this like so. I'm going to try to cut it as straight as I can. There we go. Of course, my little trimmer has decided it's going to not be here when I need it. All right, now, if you need to make a cute little banner and you're like me and you always make it wrong and it gets wonky, take your scissors, cut it in the center just like that. And then you cut from one corner to the center, cut out that triangle. And then you turn it and you cut from the center to the other triangle. And you have a perfect banner every time, guys. I promise you. Perfect every time. I'm going to take a little bit of this brown right here and just zhuzh up the edge of that just to make it stand out a little bit more. Look at that. Beautiful Happy Holidays. I'm going to take a foam dot that we have here.
They are wondering where the little tissue box is.
Oh, we're going to Where the little, it's sitting over here.
Where can you get them?
Oh, from us, of course. At BoQ Creations. But you can do this with any tissue box, guys. It doesn't have to be, oh my gosh, I set that right in my glue. Oh, well, it's a good thing we're going to glue it on, huh? I'm about to stick it right back in the glue. How about that? I'm going to take my little foam dot here, take off the back of it, and just like that, we have the most adorable Happy Holidays for our box. And since I already have glue on it, oh, you glued them on all the sides? It's all right. Did you forget I had a panel?
Yep.
It's okay. Guess what? It's just paper. And guess what? We can just layer it right on top. See? There we go. There we go. And look how stinking cute that box came out. And I'm just going to nip that off right there with my scissors. Look at that.
So sweet.
Yes. And the cool thing is that you can absolutely change this out from one, I need to glue that down because my glue only got on the inside corner, not the outside. So I'm just going to glue that down, a little more glue because I want it to stay. There we go. And look at this.
What a great little gift.
What a great, where's my box? Here it is. So be mindful of where your top is because you want to make sure that it goes on so that they can get the tissues out. And look at that. How gorgeous are these? I mean, seriously, Elizabeth Craft Designs flower release has made these so beautiful. I absolutely adore all of the different creations that I can make. I prefer to do 3D things. Do we have our pine cone album, the fall album?
Yes.
Because I'd really like to show the pine cone real quick because that is absolutely one of the cutest pine cones. So look at this pine cone, you guys. This is also from the new release. Is that not beautiful? Look how easy those are. So simple, so beautiful. All available at Elizabeth Craft Designs, of course. Look how gorgeous. Season's greetings, the stamps, the dies, the flowers, everything.
Elle says, just keep going, Joyce.
What else do you want me to make today, Els? Let me see what else we can do. Yeah, so these are absolutely darling. I love the fact that I can just push the tissues out when it's not fall anymore and then slide my Christmas one down on the box. But you can certainly do this with any size tissue box. Again, just measure the side of the box and increase it by 1/2 inch so that you can fold the panels over and then don't forget to cut out the top. I love the pine cones. The pine cones, this greenery that's in the pine cones and how easy they are to make, just absolutely gorgeous. So there you go, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me move these out of the way so you guys can see all of these gorgeous little boxes. Happy fall. This is made with the other ECD, but all of these stamps are on the stamp set. I'm loving, loving, loving this release. Thank you so much, Els and Elizabeth Craft Designs, for having us on today. Again, we're from BoQCreations.com here for Elizabeth Craft Designs. Love, love, love the new release. Thank you so much. Els, would it be okay if I gave one of these away? I didn't ask you that ahead of time, but we would be happy to do a quick drawing and have somebody pick a number. Is that okay to give one of these away? I want Els to give me the thumbs up before I do that. Everybody's like, yes, yes, yes.
Like,
we do this all the time on the end of our lives. We ask people to draw a number and then we send somebody. If not, we can just pick a random person from the live. And thank you, Solange. Thank you, Verna, for being here. Anja, thank you so much.
yes.
Yes, that's a fantastic idea. Okay, so everybody pick a number between 1 and 300. Put a number up. Heather's going to pick a number, and one person is going to get one of these boxes of your choice. So go ahead and pick a number between 1 and 300. If we have 2 winners, we might just have to send you a second one. How about that? Thank you, Jane. They don't know what to do. They're like, what? You want us to pick a number? You can still use the tissues. Yes. Thank you so much, Belinda. Astrid said that. We'll pick a number, guys. I don't see any numbers coming up. There we go. There we go. How many people do we have live today? I hope not more than 300.
We have 119 joining us right now.
Beautiful. I love that you guys are picking numbers. Thank you so much for playing along with my game. Oh, Tracy's doing low numbers today. So the person closest to without going over is going to win. So hopefully this is your lucky day today. Thank you so much for letting us take up part of your day today and showing you this gorgeous release from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Everyone, Belinda's like, pick a number, everybody. Belinda's one of our followers as well, so she knows how we do this. Do between 1 and 125. Well, we already said 300. It's okay. We got the number. Too late, Els. Astrid. She's on a little bit of a time delay, Astrid. Charlene, I am on tonight at BoQ Creations on our Facebook Live tonight at 7. So if any of you want to join us tonight, you're absolutely welcome. We do this every day. Aw, Femke says she has hay fevers. Hay fever sniffies. Well, maybe this is what you need, Femke. All right. Loving that everybody's drawing. Let me know when you have, there's a little bit of a delay, so we want to give it just a second. All right, I'm not seeing any more. Oh, thank you so much, Belinda. She said I could watch you make florals all day long. Oh, thank you, Belinda. Belinda, we'll still send you one. The check is in the mail, okay? No. Just pick Femke's number 4, LOL.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Margaret. You're right. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so are we ready to pick our number?
Last call for numbers.
Last call. It's like, you know, the 2 a.m. Last call for the numbers. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. So the lucky number, the lucky winner is going to be... Do we have the winner?
Kathy Trush, 225. The number was 261.
Kathy Trust. The number is 261. 261. Kathy, can you spell her last name for me?
Sure.
Congratulations, Kathy.
Trush.
Trush. Okay, Kathy. Congratulations. We will reach out to you, or you can reach out to us at BoQ Creations, and we'll get your information and send you one. But pick which one you would like, the green, the red, or the fall. It's up to you, honey. Congratulations. So we'll make sure that you get your tissue box. So, Kathy, if you would please give us that information. Congratulations, and pick which one you want. All right? Thank you all so much. Els, thank you for allowing me to come on your live. And thank you all so much for being... Sue's like, darn it, I went over by 6. I was close. My number at 14. There you go. Thank you all so much. And Kathy, please be sure that you reach out to us. We'll try to send you a private message as well. That way you can send us your address and let us know which one you would want. Congratulations, Kathy. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us today. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.